guys, we're back again with another video. So I was gonna do this video a little bit later, but I decided to go ahead and do it today. We're sitting here getting unloaded. So my authority is in process. Okay, we went and got everything done, everything out the way. So I know I was talking about I was just going to get somebody else to do it for me, you know, handle all the paperwork process and stuff like that. But what ended up happening was sitting at the house, you know, on my computer, and then I was on the FMCSA website, and you know, I clicked on, you know, DOT number and stuff like that, and the application popped up, and I just started filling out the application. Before I knew it, I had already completed the application, and I was to the part where they were asking for the $300. So I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. I paid the $300 or whatever. Now, if you select interstate on your paperwork, if you select, you know, while you're setting everything up that you're going to be running interstate, that $300 will be for your DOT number and your MC number. So you're getting both of those. It was a Saturday, and 20 minutes later, literally 20 minutes later, you know, someone called my phone and was talking about, you know, they needed to go over my application and stuff like that. And I mean, they had all my information. They had my email address, my address, you know, and they knew my DOT number, my MC number. They knew all this stuff already. I guess it's some kind of portal that makes this information public. So be aware of that. When you fill out your information for your authority, it does make that information public to these type of people to call your phone. Now, it's the things that you're required to have for your authority to go active, because I did get some things that it's not necessarily needed to activate the authority. And those things would be some of the things that they offer you that you do have to have, but you don't need them to activate your authority, which is like enrolling in the drug and alcohol program, and also, you know, the driver profile are two things that, you know, their service, that their business offer as a service, but you don't necessarily need it. Now the BOC 3, which was offered as well, you do need that. So before you even get started with your authority, two things that you're gonna need that I already had, and you're gonna need the first one for sure before you even apply for the authority application. Have your business name and your tax ID number, and have all that first. You definitely have to have those things first before you even apply for your authority. The other thing that I already had, which is my own plates. I already have my IRP plate. So if you're gonna run interstate, you're gonna have to have the plates that allow you to run in all states. So I already had those two things already. If you're even thinking about or considering your own authority, if you're leased onto a carrier right now and you're driving your own truck or whatever the case may be, it might be a good idea to just go ahead and get your own place. Go ahead. That way, when you do apply for your authority, that will be one less thing you will have to do. It'll already be out the way. 4 things required to activate that authority. Of course, that's the application. You do your DOT MC application. You need the BOC 3 or BOC 3 or blanket of coverage, whatever you want to call it. You need a UCR, which is, it's a link to that. You can do that yourself. The biggest thing is insurance. Those are the only 4 things that you really need to get your authority active. All the other things that people been calling about is really not required. Me personally, I went ahead and got everything out of the way just so that I don't have to worry about it later. So I did go ahead and enroll into the drug and alcohol, and I did go ahead and do the driver profile, because what's going to happen is once in the next 12 to 18 months, you're going to get a safety audit, and then those things are required at that time that you have done or in place once they decide to audit you. So just to make sure everything is covered, I went ahead and got it all out the way. So the cost of this stuff, like I said, the $300 is for your application for the DOT number and your MC number. All right, now you can find somebody, or a company's gonna be calling you left and right, so you can talk to them, get comfortable with somebody, and then you can find somebody to do your BOC 3 or your BOC 3 for 20 bucks all the way up to 50 bucks, depending on what other services you want to go with when you're dealing with that. So you can do the DOT number. I thought it was gonna be hard, but it's just the FMCSA website. You go on there, fill it out, boom, I had a DOT number and the MC number the same day. So you do that, that's 300 bucks. Find somebody to do the BOC 3, like they're gonna be calling your phone. It's gonna be somebody right there. You don't even have to go looking for nobody. It's gonna be somebody right there that's gonna ask you, do you want them to do it for you? And you can say yeah, and then they'll take care of that. The UCR, you can definitely do that yourself. It's a link. You click on that link, you fill it out. I think that's $68, something like that. That's about 60 bucks. So That's another, where we at right now, 320 for the BOC 3 or 40. That's 320. Now we're at 400 bucks, right? Got your blanket of coverage, BOC. You got your DOT authority application in process. Those are the 2 things. You got your UCR, right? Those are the 3 things. The next thing I've been taking all phone calls on, which was the insurance. Now, they've been calling my phone, especially because it was the weekend, but come Monday, I've been getting 10 phone calls. All of them was calling about the same thing, the being in compliance, wanting to enroll you in drug and alcohol, wanting to do your UCR for you, wanting to do your BOC for you. They all been wanting to do everything for you, including factoring, okay? I even went with factoring. I got a factoring company already lined up as well. I got everything pretty much already lined up. So I already chose the factoring company that I'm pretty much gonna go with. I'm gonna run with it from 90 days and see what happens. And we'll talk about factoring in a whole nother video and why we would wanna do factoring. Just to give you a quick reason why is because when you're operating on your own authority, you know, a lot of these shippers, receivers, or whoever, brokers and stuff like that, they pay, you know, 30, 60, 90 days. What a factoring company would do is, you know, you give them your invoice, they pay you the same day, next day, and then they get the money from the shippers, brokers, so on and so forth. So you definitely want to pick a good factoring company that's not going to try to get over on you, because we're talking about money. But I was definitely taking all phone calls on insurance. They call about insurance. What I was doing was, you know, making sure they was legit agencies first. You know, make sure they're legit agencies. Pretty much everybody who called was, because, you know, they had information that nobody else would have. The information that they had, they got it from the FMCSA website, and they knew my DOT number and stuff like that, because this information was public. But I did take it a step further and actually Google their company name and their agencies and see, you know, what reviews was and stuff like that. And those people, I got to get me insurance quotes. And, you know, Progressive, they were able to get me a Progressive insurance quote like right then and there, but the other ones I had to wait for them to call me back to get me, you know, an idea of what insurance quotes and what the insurance would be like that. And I'm telling you, it was high. I'm talking about $30,000 a year, $25,000 a year, all this type stuff. But I found a company out in California, and, you know, this is running all 48 states, unlimited miles and everything, including put my truck on, which is, I already have, you guys who don't know, I already have physical damage, bobtail, all that on my truck already. And I just run leased onto the other carrier, so I don't have to worry about any other stuff. But the insurance that you're gonna have to have and required to have is, of course, you're gonna want to have physical damage on your truck, because something happened to the truck, you wanted to get paid for, right? But you have to have primary liability and you have to have cargo. So I have primary liability and I have cargo, which is, the primary liability is at $1 million, cargo is at 100,000, which is pretty much the standard that shippers want to see your insurance at, you know, before they do business with you. Quote came in, the best one that I got was $4,700 down, and then it's like it was $900 with just, if I just wanted to, I could have kept my physical damage and bobtail that I have with OIDA, and then I could just have the other insurance through them, which is the primary liability and the cargo through this other company. But I was like, you know, what it would be to have everything all together. Just the primary liability and cargo was like $900 a month. That's the best that's the best anybody came back with. So I was like, okay, cool. And then they came back with around about 30, 40 bucks off of what I already paid for physical damage on my truck on my current truck insurance. So to put it all together, I ended up at about $1,400 a month, all the insurance coverages that I need for the truck. So all that's in place. I talked to the factoring guy. He even knew about what time that my authority would go active if I had everything attached. Like, they're gonna, the companies that you deal with, they're gonna attach your the BOC3 to your authority. The UCR, I attach that to my authority. You fill it out and it automatically attaches to your authority. And then the insurance company is going to attach the insurance to your authority. And then in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the authority looks like it should go active like around the 17th, which I'm not in a big rush. We're released on right now, but just to give you guys an update on what's going on with the authority, I did went ahead and get the process, get the ball rolling on that. So within the next few weeks, I'll be dropping some more videos in regards to that. Like, for example, where I'm getting my loads from, when I get my first load, how I booked it, whether I did a broker or a load board or whatever the case may be, because I don't have a trailer at the moment. So for the most part, we're probably going to be looking into doing some power only stuff, which is, you know, my truck, their trailers, and we're going to run with that, and then we're going to just use that method until we get a trailer. We're probably going to get a trailer just because you don't want to limit yourself on the opportunities that you can have, because you can run power only, pick and drop up other people's trailers. If you got a load that requires you to pick up some freight, you got a trailer to do that, and you can run containers. So that's going to be daily operation of my business. And if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. If you thinking about getting your authority, go ahead, get your business name, get an LLC or incorporated, however you want to do it. Get your tax ID number. That's the first thing that you want to do. And if you already leased onto a carrier right now, before you go and do all the other stuff, go ahead and get your own place. Go ahead and get your IRP. You don't have to do everything all at once. Once I got the ball rolling, I went ahead and kind of like just did everything all at once when it came to an authority situation, being that I already had my plates and I already had, you know, the business name and the tax ID number and everything else. So I went ahead and did everything. But keep in mind too, you can go ahead and get your plates right now while you're leased on. Also too, when you do the application, FMCSA website, you still got 3 months before you have to attach insurance and all the other stuff that is required for you to get your authority active. You still have 3 months from that point, or you would have to jump through some other hoops and have to deal with some other part of the process if you take it past that 3 months. But to keep everything simple, you can go ahead and fill out the application if you think you're almost ready to get your authority active. And then you got 3 months from that point to get insurance, because like I said, it was like $4,700 down. So, you know, you can do everything gradually. But me, once I got the ball rolling, I just went ahead and got everything out the way. I mean, everything from the drug and alcohol, driver profile, which is basically the driver profile, just to give you guys real quick, it's just, you know, my MVR, background checks, stuff like that. And they put it all into a file for you when you get audited, because you're gonna get audited because you're a new venture, you're a new business, so you're going to get that initial audit. And once they do that, you're going to be required to have your truck right. You're going to have all these papers and all this stuff for your business to operate, you know, in compliance. All right, so stay tuned, guys. We're going to come back. Like I said, we're going to be talking about, you know, once my authority go active and stuff like that, I'll have some more to talk to you about. But I decided to drop this video and give you my experience so far and the process that I'm in with the authority, and then we're going to kind of go from there. So hope this video was helpful. Send me a message if you got any questions or anything like that. And until next time, I appreciate you guys always for watching my videos. But hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and hit the notification so when I drop the other videos, you'll be notified. Until next time, we'll see you in the next video.